Okay, we hear a lot about distracted drivers who might be paying more attention to their phones or their kids in the back seat than to the road in front of them. But another problem just as big and important is distracted pedestrians. Joining us again today is Public Information Officer with the Florida Department of Transportation, Chris Carson. Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So this is so interesting. Again, I know people, we hear of distracted driving a lot, but let's talk about distracted pedestrians. People talking on the phones. Is it really that simple?
It's really a problem these days. The injuries have doubled in the last 5 years from pedestrians using cell phones. It's doubled, yes.
Wow. All right. So, and we're talking kids, teens. I mean, I feel like I have real little ones. They know how to use phones.
Adults
but really,
especially.
yeah, teens and adults as well. So what's the message you want to try to get out and remind people this morning?
We have a lot of distracted drivers out there. Now we have the distracted pedestrians. Put them together, it's not a good mix. So we want people to put their cell phones down, take their earbuds out, pay attention to what you're doing. So put your head up, put your phone down, use their crosswalks, and be safe.
Well, and what was the big app, Pokemon Go? That was one where we kind of heard maybe a little bit more often where kids were looking at the phones. I think even people get distracted while they're taking pictures as well with their phones and not paying attention, especially if you're in a high traffic area.
Absolutely. We're finding people are veering off course. They're looking at their phones. They might have been in a crosswalk and now they're walking in front of a car. But the big thing is you can't rely on a car to stop, unfortunately. So you have to make sure your eyes are open, you're listening. When you're in a crosswalk, make sure that driver sees you, make eye contact with that driver, maybe get your hand up.
I don't know if I'm, do that as maybe often as I should, but this is a really good, I thought, piece of advice too that you were saying that you do quite a bit, making eye contact with people while you're walking on the road.
That way you know they see you and you see them. Maybe put your hand up at least, say, you got me, you see me, I'm walking now. Of course, wait for the crosswalk to activate, but you want to make sure the driver sees you and that you're not distracted looking at your cell phone so you can cross the road safely.
You know, the last time you were here, we were talking about how important it is to be a good role model for our kids and our families as well. Same rule, I'd imagine, applies here.
Yes, absolutely. We want to make sure that our teens and our children are seeing us being good role models. So put your phone down. Don't be a distraction, especially when your kids are watching you, and be safe out there. We want people to really be safe. Use their crosswalks appropriately, use the sidewalks, don't run out in front of cars. We're having a real problem these days.
Yeah. You mentioned something else about earbuds, which I know this is probably one of the biggest challenges for people when people want to exercise, they want to run, walk outside. We want music in our ears while we're doing that, but that really, you say, can be a huge danger.
It really is a safety issue, so we know that's hard for people when they want that music, but we're telling
people. Why is it a safety issue? I mean, what's the issue with listening to music for a nice run?
Well, if you can't hear something, if you're, for safety reasons, of course, number one, but if you're out there and there's an ambulance or a police car or anything like that, you can't hear, and you're distracted as well, because you're really focused on your run and your music, so you may not even be watching what's happening in front of you.
Well, again, a lot of these things, it's not like it's new information where people haven't heard this before. I do think maybe people will be surprised about the numbers of the statistics going up over the last couple of years of people getting injured. But what is your take home to really get families, to pay attention and to be good role models for their children?
Put the phone down. That's really, we need you to put the phone down, not only in the car, but also as a pedestrian. Pay attention to what you're doing as a motorist and as a pedestrian.
I know you had a website that you wanted to encourage people to go to as well to get more information, maybe look up some of the stats, because they think, wait a minute, did I really hear that right?
Yes, absolutely. We have a whole statewide campaign called Alert Today Live tomorrow, and the website is Alert Today Florida.
It really is that simple. Just pay attention. You'll be thankful for it tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here again. We look forward to having you back.